Hello, I'm William Benson. Please like and subscribe to my videos. Today I really didn't have a subject prepared, but I have an idea. I heard something about, you remember those little hamster wheels, I guess is what they're called, wheels. They get in them and they just run in circles. You would think that they were doing something, but they just run around and around the little cage all the time. It looks like a cage anyway. It don't have sides on it. It just turns in circles is all it does, and they just keep on running on it. Don't ever go anywhere. Sure think they are though, don't they? It's kind of like we keep talking about people now. Of course, we got to have a jet fly over about now, but people don't seem to be too bad about that neither, do they? Or disturbed about it anyway. They're just as happy, be uncontent, not doing anything, just running around in circles all the time, their whole life. And when they get done, when they get to the end of their life, they're still in the same place they started from. Is this where you want to be? Where you started from? Didn't make any progress, lived however long it was you lived, and you're still stuck in the same place you were the same place you were to start with. Doesn't make much sense, does it? We need to make some kind of progress. Need to do something. So that's why we started. Well, we started marketing for a different reason. We started marketing because we wanted to make money. We didn't realize that what was involved in making money was changing the way we think. So now we're trying to look at life differently. For instance, we're not happy with the way we are or with the way life is for us right now, so we're taking action to change the way things are. And the way we change the way things are is by reprogramming our mind. The way it was explained in the mastermind, you spend the first 7 years of your life, you're so little you don't even realize you're being trained that way, but they're teaching you how to be broke. That's basically what it is. We don't have money. Money grows on money. Money don't grow on trees. That's the way it goes. We're too poor for that. Don't ask me no more. You know I can't afford it. You want to embarrass me in front of everybody? Things like that. I'm pretty sure whatever it was that happened to you was something similar to that. And but it basically is just a sweet way of programming. And you come to the realization that you got to change that. So what do you got to do now? Now you got to go back and repeat. It might not take 7 years to do it like it did to get you that way, but you're conscious of these things that are making you the way you are, so you got to do something to change them. So what do? You got to start thinking positive now and changing the way you do everything. If you're a lazy person, you got to get up off your butt and do something. If you're not nice, you got to be nice, because that's the difference in what you are. You want to change your routine. If you've been getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning and being in a 9-to-5 job, and you get home from work and you eat dinner and watch TV for a few hours and then go to bed, and you get up the next morning and you do the same old routine for 5 days a week. What do you do on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday? Pretty much that's all set in stone too. You do the same thing you did last week and the week before that. When you look back at your life, it's a photocopy. Every day is a photocopy of the day before. And you're not happy about it. But you don't do anything about it either. So here's the deal. We'll give you an opportunity to do something about it, to learn at least, I don't know what an education's worth to you, but to learn how to be a different person. There's lots of different ways you can do that. You can read books, but the problem with books are that, they can't tell you what to do, or they can't make sure you're making progress. So you're going to have somebody else with you to do that, even just to make sure you do what you're supposed to do when it comes to applying what you read, because if you don't apply what you read, you might as well not have read it. Well, unless it's just entertainment, I guess. But even when you go to the even when you go skating or to the bowling alley, you keep tally of things, so you're interested in if you're making progress or not. So you still got to make progress somehow. And I didn't know that this all existed till I started doing what I'm doing, trying to get to be a marketer. So maybe you want to try that too. See, it's a self-help program. It doesn't cost much to do the training. The one that I got that I'm going to put below me today is only $30 a month. And you get all the training that I get. You just got to apply what you learn. Like making these videos. This video, used to when I started these things. And I got about 60 of them up now. When I started them, I didn't know what to say. Today I picked up my camera. I already had it in my mind. I'm thinking about that little hamster running round and round in circles. You know what I'm talking about. You've seen them before too. Even if you didn't have one yourself, you went to the Walmart or maybe the pet store or somewhere like that, and you watched them run around. It kept you entertained for a little while too, didn't it? Thinking, how stupid is that animal? You know what? When I was doing aerial work, when I was in construction, and I don't know if you know what aerial means, but getting up in a man lift or on a JLG or something like that, and they make you wear a safety harness on there, and it's got a tether. They call it a lanyard that hooks you to the bucket or whatever you're standing in or whatever you're working on. If you're on flat surfaces or scaffolding or something, you have a cable you got to attach to. But anyway, I used to think when I watched the dog walk around the post all day long and wrap up that little cable all the way around the stake that was driven in the ground, then he's got on about a 6-inch leash then, and I'm wondering, how stupid can that dog be? He ought to know to turn around and go the other way. Well, let me tell you something. I got up in those buckets with the same little leash attached to me, except it was supposed to be for safety. And you know what I did? I did the same thing the dog does. I wrapped myself up in a little circle, and I had to stand there consciously and turn around in circles the other way to get unwrapped from it all. How about that? So this is what I'm talking about. You're wrapped up in that little leash now. You're wrapped up in that post around the ground. You want to get away from it? Walk the other direction. Do something different. Do something different than you've always done, and you'll find that, well, we call it stretching out of your comfort zone. I don't guess a dog gets to do that. They don't have but so much zone to begin with, but you can take that leash off. But first you got to figure out which direction you're going, what direction you want to be going, and if you want to make progress or not. And progress comes in a lot of different matters. It doesn't matter whether you're being a marketer or not. It just happens to be one of the steps to becoming a marketer. So maybe you'll listen. Maybe, they say 99% of the people that start this don't finish it neither, but you have to be a finisher of something in your life. You can't just go through life and the only thing you ever finish is living. So try this. Click the link and you can be on your way to learning these little things that makes a better marketer, which ends up making you a better person too, because then people will start liking to be around you. And do these kinds of things. Compliment people. Talk to them. Smile. See, I don't even smile, do I? Just go, I don't know, it's just, you get to that point where somebody's got to remind you to smile because you don't even realize you're not smiling anymore. Life just kind of passes on by and you don't even realize what you're missing. But anyway, there's a whole bunch of other things you could be doing. But the first thing you got to do is take action and want to do it. Taking action is the key to doing anything. Even if you just want to go to the Walmart, do grocery shopping, you're going to have to take action. You got to go get you some clothes on, you got to get your keys, you got to get in the car, and you got to go. That's all part of taking action. So this is the same thing. You want to be a better person, you can do it a lot of different ways. The way I'm doing it is learning to be a marketer. And hopefully things are starting to show through right now that I'm turning out to be a better person. Anyway, I know you've heard enough for one day. I'm going to have some books here to tell you about too. It's going to tell me more about that, so we'll get to that point directly. I think probably by the end of this week. We start a challenge tomorrow night. I think it's 30 or 90 days. I'm not really sure. I think the one we start tomorrow is 30, and I'm already on a 90-day one. So anyway, this challenge I'll be talking to you pretty regular about what I'm learning and what's going on. Ain't gonna save you no money though. If you want to do it, you're gonna have to take action and do it. You can listen to me all you want, but until you start doing it, it ain't gonna help you any. Okay, like and subscribe, and hit the comment button. Tell me what you think. If there's anything on your mind, maybe you got some suggestions of what you want me to put into a video. I could use some suggestions. I mean, there's plenty of YouTube videos out there right now I could look at and copy them, but an original thought would be nice. So, like and subscribe, and we'll talk again tomorrow.